I'm here with the Association of African Universities Television, Aau TV. I just want to say that without the media, you won't know what's going on in the world. Even with the media, you sometimes don't know what's going on in the world. So you need to tune in to the reliable sources who are really on the front lines, who can give you the information you need and give you facts, not conjecture, give you real news, not fake news. And this is the place to find it, Aau TV.
The voice of higher education in Africa.
It's 12 o'clock GMT and this is the Aau TV Midweek News coming to you live from the headquarters of the Association of African Universities. And to our top stories, TVET principals demand more government support. Indian government unveils bold vision to become Africa's AI hub. And Starlink approved by DR Congo. And Netanyahu on alert after airport strikes. Please stay with us for more news on the Aau TV Midweek News. My name is Jemima Ladenbuchi. Welcome back from the break into our higher education story. Principals of technical and vocational education and training, TVET institutions in Kenya, are calling on the government to increase funding and fast-track the disbursement of capitation grants to support effective operations in the sector. Speaking at the Kenya Association of Technical Training Institutions, KATI, annual conference held in Mombasa, KATI chairperson David Mwangi and other principals expressed concerns over stalled development projects, poor infrastructure and insufficient staffing. They emphasized the urgent need for modern learning facilities, rehabilitation of old buildings, and more technical tutors to match the growing student population. The principals pledged to uphold quality training if their concerns are addressed.
Principals of technical and vocational education and training institutions in Kenya are urging the government to increase funding and improve the timely release of capitation grants to ensure efficient and effective operations across the sector. Speaking at the Kenya Association of Technical Training Institutions annual conference held recently in Mombasa County, the principals, led by KATI chairperson David Mwangi, expressed deep concern over stalled development projects due to inadequate financing. They revealed that the lack of funds has significantly disrupted the smooth running of their institutions and has left many suppliers unpaid. The principals also painted a grim picture of the current state of TVET facilities, citing dilapidated infrastructure and an unconducive learning environment. They called on the government to urgently allocate resources for the rehabilitation of old buildings and the construction of modern facilities to cater to the growing number of students. In addition, they highlighted the pressing need for more qualified technical tutors, emphasizing that the current staffing levels are insufficient to meet student demand. Despite the challenges, the principals assured the government of their commitment to providing quality technical education and training and urged prompt action to safeguard the future of technical and vocational education in the country.
Meanwhile, the Student Representative Council, SRC, of Unimark IJ has released its first semester financial report for the 2024-2025 academic year, detailing income, expenditures, and significant administrative hurdles encountered during the transition of power. The report sheds light on the SRC's flagship Akwaba Week celebrations, challenges with accessing official accounts, discrepancies in dues collection, and updates on strategic projects, including the Student Aid Fund. Despite constraints, the SRC assures students of its continuous commitment to transparency, accountability, and equitable service delivery.
The Student Representative Council of UNIMAC IJ has released its first semester financial report for the 2024-2025 academic year, highlighting income, expenditures, and key administrative challenges. The SRC began its term with a balance of 52,405 Ghana cedis 52 pesos, but faced delays in accessing official accounts due to a late transition of signatories just days before the Akwaba Week celebrations. As a result, the event was pre-financed but executed successfully and cost-effectively at 36,900 cedis, well below last year's figure. Total semester spending, including student aid, graphic design and photography, amounted to 44,900 cedis. The current account balance stands at 7,505 cedis 52 pesos. The report reveals discrepancies between dues paid by students and amounts reflected in the SRC bank account. A joint investigation with the Dean of Students' Office and the bank is underway.
So there is a student account for fees and then there is a student account for dues. We requested for the receipts, and from the receipts we realized that two students paid to the school's account and their money have been refunded to them. But for the dues, there are some receipts that some deposits that were deposited into the SRC accounts but are not showing a bank statement, with mine inclusive. And that is what we are working on. And per estimation, the money is almost 200,000 cedis.
With only a fraction of the expected dues received, the SRC stresses the importance of full student compliance. Measures include temporarily withholding funds for halls and clubs, postponing freshman souvenirs, and restricting registration access next semester to only students who have paid their dues. Despite the setbacks, the SRC is progressing with its flagship Students' Aid Fund aimed at supporting financially challenged students and has submitted proposals to potential sponsors. As the Council works to strengthen its financial systems, it remains committed to transparency, accountability, and responsible stewardship. A full audit report will follow in the coming weeks.
Moving on, Africa is facing a critical health emergency as malaria there could reach 1.8 million by the end of 2025 if strict coordinated actions are not taken. The 2024 World Malaria Report by the World Health Organization reveals a staggering toll of 600,000 deaths in 2023, with the continent bearing the brunt of global cases and fatalities. At the launch of the Coalition of Parliamentarians to End Malaria in Accra, key stakeholders call for grassroots-led responses and stronger political will as funding gaps and program disruptions continue to hinder the progress. The coalition aims to eradicate malaria in Africa by 2030 through targeted legislation and sustained financing.
Africa is on the brink of public health crisis. According to the 2024 World Malaria Report by the World Health Organization, up to 1.8 million people in Africa could die from malaria by the end of 2025 if urgent and sustained interventions are not put in place. The report reveals that in 2023 alone, malaria claimed the lives of over 600,000 people. The continent continues to bear the heaviest burden, accounting for 94% of global malaria cases and 95% of related deaths, a staggering 13.7 deaths per 100,000 people exposed. Despite decades of progress in malaria prevention and treatment, the disease remains one of the leading causes of death in Africa. At the launch of the Coalition of Parliamentarians to End Malaria in Africa held in Accra, Dr. Michael Adekunle Charles, CEO of the RBM Partnership to End Malaria, stressed the need for a decentralized community-led response to tackle the disease. He emphasized that the fight must go beyond the health sector and return to the grassroots, where leadership, accountability, and action must be strengthened. In his words, if we are not able to do it there, then we would have collectively failed. Also addressing the gathering, Ugandan parliamentarian Santa Okot highlighted critical challenges undermining malaria control efforts. These include disrupted programs, poor implementation, and insufficient domestic funding. She warned that without increased government commitment and financial support, progress will stall. If the executive order in January has removed funding from malaria and our government does not step up and add to domestic revenue, then we shall go nowhere, she cautioned. The newly launched coalition brings together lawmakers from the continent with a shared commitment to eliminate malaria by the year 2030. Through focused legislation, increased funding, and greater accountability, the coalition hopes to turn the tide in Africa's fight against one of its deadliest diseases.
Stick with us for Discovery News after the break.
Are you a university, college, high school, private organization, NGO, individual professor, instructor or facilitator seeking to take advantage of the numerous benefits of online education? Look no further. The AAU eLearn Africa LMS is a great opportunity to begin your journey to online course development and creation for teaching, learning and training purposes. AAU eLearn Africa LMS, which is a partnership between the Association of African Universities and eLearn Africa, has made available ease to use online learning tools to all stakeholders within the educational ecosystem of the African continent. This is to enhance teaching and learning in the bid to expand online learning opportunities for students in Africa. The online platform is open and available for free to all stakeholders and facilitates virtual access to classes without needing the other tools such as Zoom, Microsoft Teams, among others. For more information, visit www.elearnafricalms.com or contact us via aaulms@aau.org or estherm@elearnafrica.com. Follow us on LinkedIn, Twitter, and Facebook at AAU eLearn Africa LMS.
Welcome back from the break into our Discovery story. Ghana has taken a significant step towards digital transformation with the launch of the National AI Strategy Stakeholder Consultation Forum. Minister of Communication, Digital Technology and Innovation, Honorable Samuel Nate George, emphasized the country's commitment to leveraging artificial intelligence to drive inclusive development across key sectors such as agriculture, healthcare, finance, and education. The initiative includes the 1 Million Coders program and a strategic focus on data governance, computing infrastructure, talent development, and real-world AI application. The government's ambition under President John Dramani Mahama is to position Ghana as the artificial intelligence hub of Africa.
Ghana is advancing its digital transformation agenda with the launch of the National Artificial Intelligence Strategy Stakeholder Consultation Forum. Minister for Communications, Digital Technology and Innovation, Honorable Samuel Nate George, emphasized the transformative role of AI in key sectors such as agriculture, healthcare, finance and education. He described data as a new furor, highlighting the urgent need to apply intelligence through AI to drive inclusive development. Under the leadership of President John Dramani Mahama, Ghana aspires to become the artificial intelligence hub of Africa. This ambition is supported by initiatives such as the 1 Million Coders program, which aims to equip young Ghanaians with essential digital skills for the global economy. The National AI Strategy is built on 4 pillars: recognizing data as a national asset, investing in digital infrastructure, developing AI and cybersecurity talent, and establishing strong governance for responsible AI use in real-world applications. Minister Nati George reaffirmed the government's commitment to ensuring that AI drives prosperity and opportunity for all Ghanaians. The forum marks the start of a collaborative journey with a call for all stakeholders to help shape Ghana's AI future.
Victor Osimhen has capped off a historic debut season in the Turkish Super League, netting 33 goals and providing 7 assists in 37 appearances for Galatasaray. While his performance has earned him widespread praises, the Nigerian striker has shared that his success is deeply tied to personal growth, faith, and quiet support of loved ones. His contribution have been vital in securing Galatasaray's dominance, marking a season that goes beyond statistics.
Osimhen's debut season in Turkey has turned heads across Europe, not just for the numbers, but for the story behind them. With 40 goal contributions to his name, the Galatasaray forward has proven unstoppable, leading the charge in the club's domestic campaign. But behind every goal lies a tale of perseverance, of a young man driven by inner strength, spiritual grounding, and loyalty to those who stood by him through the highs and lows. His journey from overcoming critics to becoming a central figure in Galatasaray's success speaks volumes about his character. More than a breakout season, it's been a statement of purpose, one defined not by applause, but commitment to growth, gratitude, and unseen efforts. At 26, Osimhen isn't just shaping his career, he's setting the tone for what true resilience looks like in modern football.
President John Dramani Mahama has called on the Minister of Tourism, Culture and Creative Art to organize a national ceremony to honor Ghanaian hip life legend Ejakonimo. The appeal was made during the launch of the Black Star Experience at Black Star Square in Accra, where President Dramani Mahama praised the musician's contribution to Ghana's musical heritage. The Black Star Experience, Ghana's flagship platform for cultural and creative engagement, aims to celebrate and promote the nation's diverse cultural legacy.
At the national launch of Ghana's flagship cultural initiative, the Black Star Experience, held at Black Star Square in Accra, President John Dramani Mahama called for national recognition of one of Ghana's living musical legends, Ejakonimo. Speaking to an audience of industry stakeholders, creatives, and cultural enthusiasts on Thursday, May 1, the president reflected on a performance by the Legon Palm Wine Band, which paid tribute to the iconic palm wine music genre pioneered by Ejakonimo. He underscored the importance of celebrating such cultural figures during their lifetime and appealed to the Minister for Tourism, Culture and Creative Arts, Ablajifa Gomashi, to urgently organize a national ceremony in the musician's honor. Ejakonimo, often hailed as the king of palm wine music, has made lasting contributions to Ghana's musical heritage. Over the years, he has received several national and traditional accolades, including the Order of the Volta, the Asanteman Award from Asantehene, the Konkoma Award, and multiple Lifetime Achievement honors. The Black Star Experience, launched to promote Ghana's rich culture, arts, and creative economy, aims to deepen local and international engagement with the country's cultural assets. The event featured captivating performances and the unveiling of the official Black Star Experience logo, signaling the start of a new chapter in Ghana's cultural promotion. Coordinator of the initiative and veteran musician Rex Omar extended appreciation to all contributors, including speakers, performers, partners, and volunteers for their commitment to the event's success and vision. As the Black Star Experience gathers momentum, It also draws attention to cultural icons like Ejakonimo, whose legacy continues to shape and inspire Ghana's creative identity.
So that was for our high life legend, Ejakonimo. We'll go for a quick break, and when we come back, we'll give you our business news.
Explore a whole new world of exciting visuals with Aau TV. Get ready for a mix of interesting talk shows, interviews, discovery documentaries, and news on Aau TV. It's not just about watching TV, it's about experiencing something special. Aau TV reaches over 25 countries in Africa, bringing you a blend of knowledge and fun. Learn about different cultures as you enjoy the shows. If you have events or want to showcase your business, we've got you covered. Watch Aau TV free-to-air channel on satellite. Connect with us on Facebook, Instagram, and X, formerly known as Twitter, at Aau TV. Reach out on call or WhatsApp us at +233 26 629 6601 or +233 20 399 5210. Aau TV, the voice of higher education in Africa.
Welcome back. And the Democratic Republic of Congo has granted license to Elon Musk's satellite internet company Starlink, marking a significant shift in policy. Previously banned over security concerns, Starlink will now begin operation in the country, which faces low internet connectivity and ongoing conflict in its eastern regions. The move follows recent Starlink license in Somalia, Lesotho, as company continues its rapid expansion across Africa.
The Democratic Republic of Congo has become the latest African nation to approve the operations of Elon Musk's satellite internet company, Starlink. The announcement, made on Friday by the Congolese Post and Telecommunications Regulatory Authority, marks a policy reversal from just over a year ago, when the use of Starlink was banned, with authorities citing security concerns. At the time, military officials warned that the technology could be exploited by rebel groups, including the Rwandan-backed M23 movement, which continues to wreak havoc in the country's eastern region. But now, with only about 30% of the population having internet access as of 2023, according to the International Telecommunication Union, the government is looking to expand digital inclusion. Starlink, a unit of SpaceX, is expected to begin rolling out its services in the coming days. The satellite internet provider has already gone live in more than a dozen African countries, including recent entries into Somalia and Lesotho. With its low-orbit satellite technology, Starlink aims to bring high-speed internet even to the most remote areas, a potential game-changer for a country like Congo, where infrastructure is sparse and instability continues to disrupt progress. Efforts to extend the company's footprint are also underway in neighboring Uganda. Just this week, President Yoweri Museveni held discussions with Starlink officials, describing the meeting as productive. As Starlink prepares to launch in Congo, all eyes will be on how the service is received, particularly in the context of complex political dynamics and urgent development needs.
Israeli Prime Minister and Benjamin Netanyahu has pledged a strong military response after a missile fire by the Yemen's Iran-backed Houthi rebels struck near Ben Gurion International Airport on Sunday. The strike injured at least 6 people and temporarily halted flights, promoting international airline cancellation. Netanyahu blamed Iran and warned the retaliatory action, while the Houthi threatened to impose a full aerial blockade on Israel in response to its military campaign in Gaza.
Tensions are escalating in the Middle East following a missile strike by Yemen's Iran-backed Houthi rebels near Israel's main airport on Sunday morning. The missile, which targeted Ben Gurion International Airport, detonated just outside Terminal 3, creating a deep crater and injuring at least 6 people, according to Israeli emergency services. While the injuries were not classified as serious, the incident temporarily grounded all flights and prompted international airlines including Lufthansa, Air France and Delta to cancel scheduled operations. In response to the attack, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu issued a warning indicating that Israel would retaliate and directly attributing the Houthi strike to Iranian support. The Houthis later claimed responsibility for the launch and warned of a broader aerial campaign against Israel, citing Israeli military actions in Gaza as justification. Israeli Defense Minister Yoav Gallant echoed the Prime Minister's stance, stating that any attack on Israel would be met with significantly stronger response. Reports indicate that Israeli defense systems, including the Arrow and the US-made THAAD missile interceptors, failed to stop the projectile. The Israeli Air Force has since initiated an investigation into the defense lapse. Although the country's airspace has reopened, the incident has raised concerns over the effectiveness of Israel's missile defense capabilities. Prime Minister Netanyahu is expected to meet with ministers and security officials to determine the next course of action. The strike marks one of the closest successful Houthi attacks to a major Israeli civilian site and highlights the group's ongoing alignment with Hamas in the broader regional conflict.
That is all for the AAU TV Midweek News. We'll take a quick recap of our top stories. In higher education, TVET principals demand more government support. And Ghana unveils bold vision to become Africa's AI hub. Starlink approved in DR Congo. And Netanyahu on alert after airport strike. Thanks for sticking with us on the AAU TV Midweek News. You can also get interactive with our platforms, Association of African Universities on Facebook and YouTube. My name is Jemima Daladontoche. Have a nice day.